Hello and welcome to StopFake News. I'm Michael Getto. I'm a business and electoral consultant in Kyiv. I'm pleased to be this week's guest anchor for StopFake News. On September 4th, media falsely reported that Swedish authorities would classify any information about alleged war crimes committed by the Ukrainian army as secret. As evidence, they published a scanned copy of a supposedly official document in English dated August the 24th. In the letter, the chief prosecutor at the International Public Prosecution Office in Stockholm purportedly writes a national security official in the Ukrainian presidential administration. She assures him that Sweden will not publicly reveal Ukrainian war crimes in the process of prosecuting some of its own citizens who are believed to have taken part in the alleged crimes. A copy of the document first appeared on September the 1st on a Pakistani website and forum for military topics. The copy was then reposted by other media. But the document's supposed author, the chief prosecutor, told a Swedish newspaper that the letter was a fake and she had not written it. On September 9th, the television channel of the Russian Defense Ministry, Zvezda, placed a false report on its website. It stated, quote, "Civil war and total ruin, which are in Syria, must be in Ukraine. Such is the opinion of the President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker," close quote. The sham information was then spread by other media, but the European Commission's president said nothing of the kind. Instead, he was making general comments about the need for all European nations to take care of war refugees in general, as such unpredictable situations can arise at any time and anywhere. On September the 9th, the President of the European Commission proposed a new plan for the EU to relocate refugees from the world's flashpoints, with Ukraine mentioned among them. He said that the EU should not make a distinction between Muslims and Christians and should not discriminate against the nationalities of migrants, as refugees could come from any part of the world at any moment. Quote, "We cannot leave Italy, Greece, and Hungary to fare alone, just as we would not leave any other EU member state alone. For it is Syria and Libya people are fleeing from today. It could just as easily be Ukraine tomorrow." End quote. The EC president also commented on the EU's ongoing support for the Ukrainian economy's development and future reforms. Recently, the Russian television channel Circulate falsely reported that the United States supports independence for Donbas. The report was entitled "Freedom to Kosakia."
Вот она, резолюция о неделе порабощенных народов, известная также как публичный закон от 17 июля 1959 года. В тексте документа говорится о некой Казакии, которая включает в себя историческую территорию Всевеликого войска Донского. Сейчас это Ростовская область России, Донецкая и Луганская народные республики, а также Запорожская область Украины.
Империалистическая политика коммунистической России привела путем прямой и косвенной агрессии к подчинению национальной независимости Польши, Венгрии, Литвы, Украины, Чехословакии и Дель-Урала казаки. Они с надеждой смотрят на США как на цитадель человеческой свободы. Эти нации ищут нас лидера, который мог бы принести им свободу и независимость.
Как мы видим, Соединенные Штаты еще полвека назад, во время Холодной войны, публично провозгласили поддержку сепаратизма в России приоритетом своей внешней политики.
The story is based on an obscure resolution passed by the United States Congress in 1959 establishing a Captive Nations Week. In the creation of this resolution, according to the Circulate journalist, quote, "The United States recognized the territory of modern Donbas as independent from Ukraine," end quote. The document, which was then ratified every year after that, is a Cold War anti-communist throwback. It recognized such nations under the screws of Soviet and other communist regimes as Poland, Hungary, Lithuania, Ukraine, and Czechoslovakia. The Kosakia mentioned in the resolution refers to a historical territory that comprises a small part of the Donbas, Kuban, the Rostov region, the Stavropol region, and other areas of Russia. Interestingly, these territories that are now part of contemporary Russia are not mentioned in the journalist's report. The pro-Russian separatist website Russkaya Vesna recently posted a misleading article that incorrectly stated that Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko believes that a federation is a better basis for government than a unitary state. The erroneous piece was then reposted by other media. But what Poroshenko really said was, quote, "Decentralization produces not only social and economic effects, it has a geopolitical importance. It creates the political system that secures our civilizational distinction from authoritarian and hyper-centralized Russia, which is a federation only on paper." End quote. Decentralization and federalization are different things. Poroshenko often stresses that Ukraine will remain a unitary state. These are just some of the most recent bogus stories concerning Ukraine. To keep up to date with exposed fakes, please visit StopFake's website, and also please let StopFake know about any reports you think that need to be checked out or verified. I'm Michael Getto, and I'm pleased to have presented you with some of this week's exposed fakes.